What's up, guys, and happy late Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great holiday with friends and family. But me, Dante Toro, my cousin Kyle Beatty, we are back to break down some more wrestling, everything that happened in wrestling over the last week in WWE, AEW, and then some. Holidays or not, the grind don't stop. We're here to give you another episode of Break It Down. Kyle, we're recording this before Thanksgiving, so I can't ask you how your Thanksgiving was. But I hope you do have a good Thanksgiving. But if you want to fill us in, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? And also, Kyle, what are you thankful for this year?
Don't
think too hard about that one.
Yeah. So thankful. Christmas. Where am I at right now?
I'm thankful for Christmas being a month away.
Yeah,
which is true.
So I woke up early this morning, and I got to working on cleaning the grates for the smoker. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna smoke a 20-pound bird.
Let's go.
And then I got the pot of oil. So we're gonna be deep frying a prime rib.
Ooh, this is now you're hosting Thanksgiving
inside in the oven her way, but yep. I've been caught up on social media. I want to dunk one. Okay. So we're going to fry a prime rib. We're going to have a 20-pound bird. We're going to have turkey breast that Rochelle does. We're going to have Cornish game hens. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a whole 2 different types of prime rib, 2 different mac and cheeses, pie.
How many people you haven't come over?
We have about 15 to 18 people.
Okay.
So we do have a good crowd.
We have about 2 couples coming over.
But there's a lot of leftovers. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So yeah, we've got a lot of prep going on. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but Rochelle's down in the kitchen jamming out on some Journey.
There we go.
Prepping some green beans for some casserole and some other dishes.
Beans, potatoes, yams.
We're going full tilt.
It's the best holiday. Hey, listen, if you're going to go all in for a holiday, it's Thanksgiving. I believe that it's the best holiday for food and stuff like that. Me and you have talked like Thanksgiving food. And one of my favorites ever. It's one of those things that I don't think should be held exclusive to one time of the year. Me and you got D'Angelo's a few months ago, and they had turkey dinner subs. And I get texts every single week from D'Angelo's now saying, "Hey, buy one get one turkey subs. They're here."
You could deep freeze them and send them to me in Houston, and dude, I would be extremely.
Every time I get that text, I'm like, "Do I get D'Angelo's today?" It's coming. It's been a while. It's coming. I'm going to be getting that
D'Angelo's again for the win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. On that comment, in Auburn, growing up, there was a place called Pelham's, and they had the same sandwich all year round. Barbershop right next door, get a little fade, little lineup. Go over, get a Thanksgiving sandwich.
Better get the haircut before you get
You don't want to. You don't want to.
I'm not eating
with
that sandwich and
the ball of fade
for 20 minutes. Makes a little snip up. Ooh,
yeah. To answer your question though, what am I thankful for this Thanksgiving? In spirit of our podcast, I am thankful for AEW.
Yeah,
that is what I am.
That's a good one. For. That's a great one.
I've seen way too much on social media, blasting them or calling them out for use of blood or for for baiting or whatever. It's like I don't want wrestling and blood for the sake of blood. But hell, if you're in a combat sport, I expect. Like you're going to put it in a match.
If there's a match called Blood and Guts, there's going to be blood.
Right.
There's going to be blood. There might be a little bit of guts too.
Yeah, I'm thankful for AEW. This year has been such a fun year for me getting invested in AEW, learning, really kind of figuring out storylines and who's who and what's what. Some bumps along the way, but it's been incredibly fun to watch. And so. In short,
it's fun,
and for the sake of
the
my
outside
family,
looking in,
the AEW is what
the AEW. It's fun. It's always fun as an outsider looking in and watching someone like get into like a certain promotion or something like that. Similar to months ago when I started getting to New Japan, it was like, people were like, "Oh my God, he's finally watching this. It's the best wrestling ever." And it was like, to them, I can imagine it's what I feel watching you get into AEW. I mean, I flew down to Texas. Technically, you did too, but you flew in further into Texas to go to AEW All In. So the commitment is there. And
AEW you put a promotion in the state, especially if you're going. I mean, we're going to make it happen. And it was just from the beginning to end. That show was just like I felt like a kid again. That's all I ask.
And 8 hours.
That's
7 hours we were there. The 7, 8 hours we were there, I felt like a teenager. And then we went to the bar after, and I felt like
I sat across the bar from Jim Ross and watched him order a whiskey and a pizza. I just sat there and just watched the man live. And I was like, this is the 12-year-old Kyle would have shit his pants and cried. And I'm just sitting here ordering a Jack and Coke. Jim Ross is hanging out. Like, what's going on? Yeah. So no, I'm thankful.
That's our life, baby. That's our life, baby. You know what? I think that's a great thing to be thankful for. I am. I'll say what I'm thankful for, and then we'll jump into our topics. But I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for this platform. I'm grateful for us to be able to put out this content, voice our opinions and everything like that, and for people to, check in, listen, care, you can say. So thank you guys for your constant support. I'll probably, do a year-end video where I go deeper into some stuff, but we're here. Thank you guys. We're thankful for you forever and always. But I'm also thankful, Kyle, for John Cena. He is someone that I'm very grateful for this year and for the last 20 years. And this Saturday, this upcoming weekend, it is going to be his last pay-per-view match at Survivor Series. And I think that is what we're going to start with, Kyle. We're going to jump into Survivor Games, WarGames, our predictions for this event. There's only 4 matches. John Cena, Dominic Mysterio for the IC belt. Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship, and then the men's and women's War Games match. Kyle, I brought up John Cena, so let's just start with him.
Sure.
John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio, a rematch from Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, when John Cena defeated Dominic Mysterio to win back his IC Championship. Now, they're in San Diego, Dominic's hometown, getting a rematch. What do you think is going to happen here? Who do you think is going to win, and why?
So here's the long and short of it. I think that I think John Cena wins.
Do you?
I think John Cena wins.
I'm listening. Keep going.
And I think this has something to do with, or it should have something to do with, the first half of this retirement run, which I think we can agree on was utter bullshit.
Ass.
And so...
Whole lot of ass.
Whole lot of it. And so I think it's the easy ball on the tee for everyone to assume this is a quick run. It's off. And then Dominic gets it back in his hometown because John lost it in his hometown. Yep. And I think this is where the bait and switch of the night happens. And this is where we're just also assumed that Dominic wins.
Mm-hmm.
John wins. Ray comes out to congratulate him again. It's really Ray's hometown. Ray,
it's true. Yep, they're both from there. Yep.
So, so I think that kind of sets something up there.
Okay.
And this is one of those situations where I don't mind being wrong. You can jump in the comments and tell me I'm crazy on this one because, yes, obviously Dom should probably win his hometown.
Right.
But I just think right now Dom had a great run. We should be pushing him for another belt. Let's get him in another conversation. Yeah, I think there's going to be some fraction amongst the good guys and bad guys in that War Games match. Something's going to happen there. So does that angle Dom for a bigger picture?
Right.
I don't
know. Liv
Morgan's
return is around the corner. Maybe they separate them from the Judgment Day. They do their thing for a little bit. Like it could also be a situation where maybe let Dom just go without a belt for a little bit. Maybe have him and Liv run the roster and just go into other stores. Because listen, we know Dominic Mysterio is going to be perfectly fine. Him being involved with John Cena being in 3 of his last 4 matches is all you need to know. That's all you need to know about what the company, how they view him, where they see him. He had a great reign as IC champion, still a AAA mega champion. But I think there's just so much talent on the roster and there's so many different stories going up belts where it's like sometimes it might be wise instead of putting him into something. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying, sometimes it's like, what he can do with the championships. Give him a little bit of a breather and he's a big enough and good enough star where he doesn't need a belt to be, all eyes on me type of thing. Maybe let him breathe a little bit and then because like the WWE Championship picture that's on SmackDown anyways, but like CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, like potentially Gunther, like I can see Dominic should end up being involved in that picture, but I do think it, and Braun Breaker, that's the biggest name. I do think it might be a little bit before he can squeeze his way in. But regardless, I love you having Cena win because I think everyone expects Dom to win. Dom's my pick. Dom's my pick because I think that's the safe pick. So I'm saying Dom. I do think Rey Mysterio will be involved somehow. I'm not saying he's going to cause the results. He's going to do this, that, but I think he's going to be there. I've seen a lot of theories online saying that Rey is actually going to turn heel and help Dom, which I'm not putting my money on that. I think that would be a swerve of all swerves.
Yeah.
But I think after the segment you just had on Raw a few weeks ago, the promo battle, I think, at this point, you separated them. The direction we should be going down, Kyle, and this goes back to what I said without the title, Rey versus Dom. That's the feud you can have going into Mania. That takes up all of Dom's time for the next 4 or 5 months. And then after that, you figure out what you're going to do. Because him beating his dad at WrestleMania, if you want to do a retirement thing or whatever you want to do, is stipulation, that's just as big for Dom. I'm going to pick Dom winning, but I do agree with you in the sense of like the first half of Cena's run was so bad, dude, that I feel like logic doesn't need to make sense here. We're like, just have John keep winning because he deserves it.
And it's not like Dom's not fucking red iron hot.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need it.
Right.
If he gets it back, that's great. Like, I'm not, if he wins it, like, this is a win-win thing. Like you said, like, I don't care. If Cena wins, I'm hyped. If Dom wins, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm totally fine with that.
I would be more excited for a Cena win because it would be more shocking.
Sure.
And it would feel more like, oh my God, they did it. Than just like, oh, okay, Dom, okay.
Right. And then he walks into his last match with the IC belt, which I don't think is necessary.
It's not. But it just for him,
it adds to it. Yeah. It's just a little bit more. So I'm going to say Dom, but that's just because I'm going with the easy one here.
And I will say Cena for my childhood.
And I respect that. And I really do. I like that a lot.
I can't say childhood.
Next up, next match we have, and this one is going to be for all the gooners out there. We got Stephanie Vaquer defending her Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. There's going to be a lot of excitement around this one. Nikki Bella getting her first World Championship match since, I think it's her first World Championship match since being back in WWE. Nikki Bella turned heel a few weeks ago. Friends turned enemies. Friend that turns on her gets the title shot. We've seen it a million times before. I've enjoyed Nikki Bella's run since she's been back. I think it's been fine. I don't think it's been, over the world, like over, the moon crazy. I don't think she should or will win the world championship this weekend. No. I just think this is another just defense for Stephanie. I know WWE sometimes with some belts, like quicker reigns, longer reigns, but I don't think this is I think this is going to be on the longer end. I think Stephanie might be holding this until like Mania time. So Nikki, she's been great, but not a world champion yet, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I think I read an article that this is like her last push. Like this is her last kind of, which, I mean, I think it's great that she came back to show her kid. Like she I don't know if it's one kid or multiple kids.
I think it's just one kid.
So I don't know, but she wanted to show her kid that she could do it or what she's done. And I think that's really awesome. Yeah. And I think it's great because I think it can inject more legacy, like, oh, mom did this.
I think it's also a testament, and she's showing an example of age in women's wrestling and stuff, and that like you don't have to be like, there's no cutoff age for women, like there's no cutoff age for men. No one looks.
But they've done that all year with Trish. But
it's a thing too, because we talked about this a few weeks ago. The average age of the male roster is 40 something, and it's like no one bats an eye. But then Nikki Bella, who's in her late 30s, comes back and it's like, oh, she's too old. I don't think that really like makes sense.
I mean, It's not like she's been she hasn't been moving around good. You can definitely tell
she's not on her
rusty.
prime. She's not in her prime at all.
No, she's not in her prime, but it's
she
not
hasn't
like
lost a step where it's like, oh, she
Mae
should be
Young
doing
out
this.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching Mae Young take Dudley bombs.
She had
we're worried about Nikki Bella.
She had one spot against Becky. I think it was a Clash in Paris. So like they mistimed like a cross body. When that happened, it was just like the world turned upside down. And it's like, guys, like it was her first pay-per-view match in years. Like and since then, like she's been great. Like there's been no slip-ups. Like shit happens. Like, that can happen.
My only thing on that was that they could have gotten her more in-ring on TV before that.
Yeah, and you did talk about that.
Like that was it. Like,
and I think the biggest thing with this match, I'm not complaining about the match, but like, what did Nikki Bella do to deserve this title match?
History, legacy.
That's it though. Like, but like logically, she hasn't really won any matches. No. She hasn't like done anything to like be in the running. Like, oh, I'm the number one contender. This is just because of the story, obviously.
Yeah. And I kind of felt the crowd went mild when she hit her with the belt. Like, it didn't really feel. I didn't really feel as still don't feel invested, and it's because I agree with you. I think Stephanie defeats Nikki fairly easily.
Now, the only way I see Nikki winning is if her sister comes in and helps her, because there's been not reports, but like she's saying she has one more run in her. Speculation, if it's Nikki back, Bree's gonna be back. She has Danielson in AEW, blah blah blah. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but in my head, the only way I see Nikki Bella winning is if Brie Bella comes back and helps her. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but that is the only way in my head I see that happening.
Okay. Let's just say something crazy.
I'm just putting that out on the table, laying that out in case it does happen.
Should there be an earthquake and Stephanie fall through a crack and Nikki Bella become the champion?
Because of Brie. It's because of Brie.
I think that we will say that Stephanie retains.
Yes, we're on the same page. Now, Kyle, let's get into the big matches here.
The meat and the potatoes of the event.
The meat and the potatoes. Yeah, let's start with the I mean, I don't know. It's your choice whether you want to call this the turkey or the stuffing or mashed potatoes, but this match, I'm assuming the women's match, I think the men's is going to main event, but either way. Women's WarGames. We have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee, who got added last week, versus Nia Jax, Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Becky Lynch, who just got added last week. So we have the stories going into this are Alexa and Charlotte, Kabuki Warriors, Io the Kabuki Warriors, Rhea, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, Legend debuting on the main roster. Nia Jax has some history with everyone in a way. And now the match is set. Question for you, Kyle. Are the good girls going to... Nice. Are the good girls and bad girls going to win?
I'm married, so we can't be calling.
Are the baby faces or the heels going to win?
I think so.
Yeah, what do you think?
This is where I kind of have this leads me to project onto my men's main event. Should it main event? I think this is a team good. We'll just say team good.
Sure.
Consisting of Rhea, Io, Alexa, Charlotte, and AJ.
Yep.
I think they win, and I think this is the night. I think this is I think this match will be the match of the night.
I'll tell you what, the fucking ladies always fucking show out in these matches.
The women have shown out.
Yep.
WWE, women's wrestling entertainment. They have just put it on the line every single time.
Yep.
And I'm really excited for it.
I will say, I'm looking at all the results. The babyface team has always won for the women. They've always won. And I did see that online recently. That's why I looked it up. I wanted to confirm. But that has been a thing. It's always been the good team to win for the women, at least.
I like how you're stopping yourself from saying good girls now.
Yeah, I caught myself. Yeah, Taylor just got out of the shower. Doors are open right now, so I got to watch myself.
Good girls.
Good girls. The good girls are going to win this weekend. Yeah, I think so the baby faces always win. Just want to put that out there. I don't know if that changes your mind or not, but that is something that history shows.
Yeah, no, I am going to say, I just think right now, the way the story goes, and I didn't know that going into you just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say team babyface.
Okay, sticking with it.
Yeah,
sticking with that. Yeah, I
in your mind, how does that make you lean?
I think I'm going to stick with the baby faces. I'm going to agree with you, just because here's the thing, Kyle. Let's just throw stories, logic. Let's just throw all that stuff out of the way. Okay, this is what I'm looking at right now. That I have tunnel vision on this right now. This is AJ Lee's second match in 11 years in a fucking WarGames match.
Right.
That's insane. I don't think she's losing. I think this is just in my head. I just don't see anything besides AJ Lee getting the win for her team, and just this big, like, I don't know if she's gonna be fucking in the sense of like there's gonna be like, I'm not saying there's gonna be blood involved and stuff, but like I want her to be the MV fucking P of this match. AJ Lee, like, she came back for WrestlePalooza, was gone for 2 months, and now she's back. People are like, she's full time. She came back with us. Come back, fucking show people how great that you are and how you missed the last 10 years. And it's like, you're coming back here now. I'm still at the top of my game. I can hang with all these women in like these updated matches and shit like that. Like, she wasn't like, they didn't have these things when she was active. Now she's like, I'm here for this stuff. I'm gonna run it. I want to see AJ Lee go to work in this match. I want the baby faces to win for her because I want her to be in charge and lead the way there. I just think at the moment just feels too good to pass up on, in my opinion. And I just don't think the bad. I was gonna say the bad girls. Like, I don't know what I'm thinking right now. The heels. I don't think they need the win. I just don't think that's like they have enough momentum to do it. I just think it makes more sense for the baby faces to win.
Yeah, but to kind of go on the segment on Raw,
mm-hmm.
Lynch's, I mean, her on the microphone,
electric, fire.
I don't know. She might be better. I mean, I don't even know if there's a guy right now that's better.
She's one of the. I don't think that's a hot take.
I think she's better than
best mic workers in the company. I'm not. I mean, I think it's. I mean, if it's not, she's not better. It's really fucking close.
I'm not.
She sells you.
This is going to be. This is going to be a hot take. Okay. Seth Rollins' voice cuts through me like nails on a chalkboard.
I don't. I think that. I think he plays into it for sure.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And I know, and I'm not. I don't think he's walking around in his daily life ordering coffees like that,
laughing.
It just. But Beck, big time Beck on a microphone. I think she just every time kills it.
And you know what? And since we're on the topic of it, well, we'll talk about the next match in a second. But so do you have anything else you want to add to this match before we move on to the men's one? We both have the baby faces winning.
Faces.
I'm pushing for AJ Lee. Big baby face push. Okay. Promos. Cody Rhodes' promo on SmackDown, hyping up the match. Bravo. I genuinely think that was one of his best promos since he's come to WWE. I genuinely believe that because I said it last week and I voiced my opinion on it, and I still do stand by it to a point where questioning why Cody Rhodes was in the front and center of all of this, because he just got added to the feud. I know he's a WWE champion. That's a counter argument. He's a QB1. I gotcha. But story-wise, he isn't the face of this story. He isn't the center of all of this. That promo on SmackDown, how do you make this about yourself? You just did it. He fucking sold me on why he's the captain and why he's the quarterback one. Like, if Cody Rhodes had needed anyone to go into a battle, a war, and I don't want to go. I'm a pussy. I'm not going to war. If he looked me in the face and gave me that speech, I'm like, give me what I need. I'm backing you up. Like, I'm going into fucking war with you. I will be by that guy's side any day of the week. That's the guy that you want as your leader. Fiery promo. Not only, hyping up WarGames, but, hyping up his feud with Drew, saying that I was done with you, but now I'm not, basically. And this is also a promo where I thought where WWE doesn't allow this. WWE should every once in a blue moon allow a wrestler to just drop an F-bomb or something like that during a heated
let
promo.
The crowd say it when they're
chanting.
Oh
my God. And stop bleeping out when crowds chant swear. We're on Netflix, dude, when they're chanting fuck and they bleep it. We're on Netflix. Yeah. The point of being on Netflix is so you can let these things fly.
Yeah, I can switch over to White Lotus and watch, or switch like whatever else is on Netflix.
Ridiculous. But Cody Rhodes should have definitely been like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, like that. It just was missing the F-bomb.
Agreed.
But I was already hyped for the match because of the big names, but that got me ready to run through a wall. There was a big brawl on Raw. Brock Lesnar fell over. It was gonna be what people are gonna be remembering him the most from for at least the next few months. Kyle, with all that being said, who do you have winning this match? Why? And do you think there are going to be any swerves, turns, shocks, returns, anything like that?
Oh, we're going to be swerving like we're on Strickland Road, buddy.
Just came back to AEW. Shout out Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, so here's I think this is the match that goes to the heels. This is a bad guy match.
Okay.
This is Brock. This is
the bad boys.
And they're all inexperienced, relatively speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
But following Monday, following Roman and Punk and Cody, and you may be the quarterback on SmackDown, but this is my town. And then CM Punk
whip them out.
And then there's one of those belts would look better on me.
Which belt is he talking about, though?
I'm going to let you guys figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Seth out, why would Roman want Cody? I think he wants CM Punk's belt, and I think Roman Punk would be a great. And it was already going to be Seth Roman, so it makes sense just go for the same belt.
Yep.
And so I think that there's going to be a fallout for the faces because they can't handle being together, which I felt very cut and paste from
last year
in New Jersey. What was in New Jersey? SummerSlam. When Jey Uso and CM Punk they couldn't figure it out in LA Knight. They couldn't figure it out, which ultimately led to that demise.
Yep.
Which sets up Seth, so I just felt that it was very like, oh, the good guys can't get it together again. That I've seen this before.
The chemistry is definitely stronger on the heel side.
100%, which is where I ultimately believe that there'll be someone to blame for them losing.
Yep.
Roman isn't going to take it out on Jay or Jimmy. So CM Punk gets speared after a loss because Roman hasn't won as much this year as he wished he had.
Wow. Well, he hasn't shown up. He hasn't been around. But
in terms of PLEs, he has not won.
He has lost to Bronson Reed and has had some. And at WrestleMania, he lost as well.
Right. So we've had a little bit of a down year for Roman in terms of whatever. So he's going to be pissed.
All setting up for a major comeback in 2026,
and takes it all out on CM Punk, and which traditionally, Survivor Series has set up a major storyline to end up the year.
It's one of the big fours. It's one of the big fours. Yeah.
So
going into Royal Rumble,
we will see what this sets up to go into Royal Rumble. And I think it's ultimately a discourse between Roman and Punk, but we'll see.
So I'm only sure of one thing in this match, and it's the heels winning.
Yeah.
I really, the main thing people are going to say is you can't have the world champions lose. You put them both on the team, they're going to lose. Yeah. Yes, I think they both can lose still, even if they're the champions. They don't have to be pinned. They could, and that could spark something else. But this is too good of an opportunity to pass up to have guys like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win here because they are inexperienced. They're not at the level as Punk, Reigns, and you could say Rollins too, but they're not at those guys' level. And we talked about this last week. How do you get them to their level? Winning, beating them. That's how you do it. So, and this is a great place to do it. They don't have to. You could say Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed beat the top champions in WWE without them even getting pinned. Right. That's so it's literally there for you, okay? So that I just can't like to me it doesn't like not that it doesn't make sense. Like I get why the faces would win, but I think there's so much more to go off of if they lose because we're like with Roman, Punk, Cody, like there could be stuff that happens with Jey Uso. Maybe Jey Uso turns heel, maybe Roman spears Jey. What if? And I brought up this theory because there is a million different theories that could happen here. Jey Uso gets the pin. He gets pinned. Roman's like, you're a piece of shit. Takes him out. Roman Reigns takes the pin. Jey Uso takes him out because you're the weak link. Or CM Punk gets the pin. And Roman's like, I should have been the captain. Like, there's so many different things they can do, but that only happens if they lose. If they win, you can branch off and be like, oh, Roman and Punk are going to... Like, yes, you can still do that. But having them lose causes so much tension in so many different areas. Cody and CM Punk, the Usos, the Blood. So many things can come out of that where if the heels lose, in a way, it's like not saying they're going back to square one, but it's like, all right, Braun and Bronson can't beat the top guys. Brock Lesnar came back months ago for what? This is his second match, and he beat Cena to lose here. Drew McIntyre's in here. He's losing again. Right. I don't think it would be wise of WWE to have the bad guys lose because this is a match that they need to win. Drew needs to get a win over Cody. Brock needs to just be like, hey, I'm here. And just like, WWE needs to give him some purpose. Braun, Bronson, and then Logan Paul. He's just in there. If the heels lose, Logan Paul is taking the pin. We'll just put that out there.
Sure.
But I'm with you. I think the heels are going to win. How they get there, I think that's what's going to be a surprise. And I think that WWE is going to get a story out of this that goes into WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. Whatever happens here is going to be, the seeds planted over the next few months. So long-winded, but I'm excited for the men's match. It's going to be
unreal.
Good. It's going to be really good
this week.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking gnarly, dude. Those guys are going to go crazy. It's an all-star matchup. It's going to be fun.
This is where then I have to temper expectations because I've just watched Blood and Guts and I've just watched Full Gear.
Full Gear, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's going to be entertaining, but it's not going to be that.
Yes. So yeah. Of course, you have to have reasonable expectations.
But that's where that's where you have
WarGames, and it's like, of course I have to have high expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be good.
There's not going to be much.
There won't be blood.
There's blood.
There's not going to be blood.
That's only if someone accidentally actually gets busted up or something like that. But
yeah, but then there's not going to be.
It won't be like that. No.
I'd love for the women's
AEW's two cage matches are a lot different than WWE's.
I would love for the women to just be like, they did what? What did they do? Okay, yeah, we could be better. They're not going to be bloody.
It should be motivation.
I would like that to be a bar. That's all.
Yeah. No, it should be good motivation. Yeah. It should be good motivation, 100%. And we can, I was going to say, we can talk about Full Gear really quick.
I mean, that was 4 hours of
admittedly,
admittedly,
I didn't get to watch the full event yet. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I plan on watching.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, subscribe to the Patreon. I will be watching it this week. So if you want to, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, we can watch it together. But I have the results. Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, and I'll just because I know you have it, and I spottedly watched it also because 4.5 hours with a child is tough.
Yeah.
So Darby Allin, just give this man awards, give this man prizes, and before he ends up like Mankind and Mick Foley, Dude Love is on the fucking signing circuit because he can't walk. Let him know now how much you fucking appreciate it.
Give him his flowers now. I do. 32 years old before he can't walk. I might
cry if I shook his hand. I mean, what he does is fucking incredible, and people shit on me because Mankind is on Mick Foley is on my wrestling Mount Rushmore, and people are like, that's crazy. If you're able to wake up in the morning and say, I will take a full military press, to which you all thought I was just going to get chucked like a football across the apron onto a table. Nope, we're just going to flip and slam me on my back.
It is like...
Are you fucking out of your mind, Darby Allin?
Dude, like, that's a grown man. Like, that's a man being thrown around like that.
These are adults who can vote and shit. And they're just being thrown around like ragdolls.
Someone in that ring voted for Trump. Someone in that ring voted for... Actually, I don't know about that one. But, yeah, it is... he's one of those wrestlers that, like, you're, like... He needs his flowers now before it's too late. But he's also a guy that, like, I don't think he cares. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I think, love it.
I think at this point he could... I think he could have been AEW champion at this point. Like, Hangman winning at All In, I think was supposed to be Darby's moment. Like, I genuinely think that was meant to be his, like, thing. His injury got in the way. He climbed Everest, blah, 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 blah. But I think he's had opportunities where he could have won it, and he was like, no. Because he said himself that, like, about, like, that's not, like, what he cares the most about, which I fucking respect. He cares most about putting on a great performance and having fans remember what he does. And my God, we remember everything that he does because he's a lunatic in the best way possible, or maybe even the worst way possible. But at 32 years old, his birthday is coming up in January. Happy early birthday, Darby.
Well, I'll be sending some sort of package to just a thank you note.
I'm sending a letter to Tony. Please post this guy. Please push this guy. Make him the world champion. But yeah, like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch. I did watch some clips. I did see that one, and I'm excited to go back and watch it. But we'll just go over some of the results. So we're just going to go down the list. We'll do it real quick.
Sure.
Timeless Love Bombs. Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa defeated Will Nightingale and Harley Cameron, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, and Megan Bain and Marina Shafir. The winning team chose a stipulation for their semifinal match in the inaugural Women's World Tag Team Championship tournament. So these are the last 4 teams in the tournament. Tony Storm and Mina get to pick the stipulation. Good shit there. FTR defeated Brodito to win the AEW Tag Team Championships, which Brodito has been awesome. They have quickly become one of my favorite tag teams in wrestling. But FTR, it's been a while since they've held the World Championship. I think this is a situation where, like, Brodito had a solid run. Story made sense for them to lose it here. FTR are one of the best tag teams of all time. So FTR winning, can't go wrong with that. Ricochet became the inaugural AEW National Champion in a 12-man casino gauntlet match. I have questions in the sense of why there's another mid-card championship. I have questions of why there's just another belt being introduced. But so be it. Ricochet has been doing some fantastic work since he turned heel, so I think he'll be a good champion. Kyle O'Reilly made Jon Moxley tap out again in a no-holds-barred match. Kyle, I don't know if that's a match that you've checked out or if you've been kind of peeking around what's been going on with the Death Riders, but things aren't looking good for Mox at all. He cut a promo after the show in the locker room, like after he lost. I don't know if you saw. I'll send you the video if you haven't seen it. The way every single person in that group is looking at him, I don't know. They're definitely going to build up to it.
Yeah. But
when it happens, Kyle, what they did to Danielson is going to look like child's play. They might behead Jon Moxley on live television. They might cut off limbs on national television. I will be watching.
That's television.
I will be watching when that happens. It is going to be nuts because the Death Riders has been around for a while. Jon Moxley has been the face of AEW, the best heel in AEW for so long. And just for when this is all going to come to blows, it's going to be unbelievable. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Kyle O'Reilly, also flowers to him. He's getting this like push right now, which is incredible to see because Kyle O'Reilly has been so good for so long. And to see him kind of get this push as a single star. And not only that, but Jon Moxley putting guys over. I think that's also something that we should give him a lot of credit for because since he's lost the World Championship, Kyle, his win-loss record has been awful. It's been awful. He's tapping out left and right. He's putting guys over, but that's good shit right there. That's what stars do. So We'll see what goes on there. Next few matches, we have 4 more here. Then we'll jump into our last topic. Mark Briscoe defeated Kyle Fletcher to become the new AEW TNT champion. And what I'm reading right here is, I forgot about this. If he lost, he was forced to join the Don Callis family. So that's an interesting stipulation. But Mark Briscoe won. This is a match that I saw. I saw bits and pieces of. Didn't watch it in full from start to finish, but I did see a good amount of it. Mark Briscoe, I mean, I could sit here and talk about, his journey since his brother died and everything like that. He kind of, talked about things in the post media scrum, which was really, really heartfelt and nice to hear. But this is definitely a title reign that's like, well deserved, and you can say a long time coming. But Mark Briscoe, I mean, just the shit that he been through, that him and his brother went through. There's a lot of controversy around them even before Jay died about like reasons they can never be on TV and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. He kind of brushed up on a little bit, but now a Briscoe on national television is the face of the TNT brand, of the TNT television program, holding the TNT belt. So that's really cool. He's been around forever, hard worker, and I'm excited what he does with this. He has the custom belt already. He has the camo strap and everything. So they already gave him a custom belt, which I think is a sign of a good title run. So shout out Mark Briscoe. That was really cool to see. And it'll be a fun reign, that's for sure. Last 3 matches, Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks defeated Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express to win $1 million, to win a cold, hard cash.
Young Bucks with a solid entrance yet again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So now the Young Bucks, everything going on with them. They won the match. They won the match with Josh Alexander. But afterwards, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega reunited. The Elite hug it out back together. So that's, we'll see where that goes and everything like that. But I love these matches that are just for money, because it's just like, you don't have a stipulation for them. How do you make the match more interesting?
Right.
Put money. Say it's for $250,000. They've been doing it a lot recently.
Yeah, the opener was $200,000. Then that was $1 million.
Shit, man. I mean, yeah, I'm risking my body for $1 million. That's a third of $1 million right there for each guy if you win. So, fun stipulation, fun match. And then the last 2, Kyle, World Championship matches. Chris Statlander defeated Mercedes Moné to retain her AEW Women's Championship, which honestly, I was expecting Mercedes to win here. Because I feel like it's just bound to happen at some point. Mercedes
that one really winning that,
quickly. But at the same time, Chris Statlander is so fucking good. Yeah. Like, this is a reign that like shouldn't be a quick one. Like, her win was shocking, and in my head, I'm like, we watched it together. It was absolutely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was a win that was a long time coming. You don't just kind of do that for nothing. But people like looked at it like she won it, so Mercedes can pin her and not Toni Storm, which logically understood. But Chris Statlander should have a good reign with it. And with the story going with Mercedes, like, I'm curious, because she has 14 belts now, which is a ridiculous amount.
Right.
I wonder if all of that comes to an end before she wins the big one, or she wins the big one with all of these belts, because she's had multiple opportunities to win the AEW World Championship now, and she's only had 2 losses, and it's for the championship, Toni Storm and Chris. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like one of those things where she gets the belt like at the tail end of like her, I don't want to say her in-ring career. I'm not trying to make it sound like she's retiring soon or nothing like that, but I wonder if that's going to be like something that she can't get, but it's like it's going to take a while for her to get it, and like maybe post losing all of it. I don't know, because at this point, like,
makes sense. I mean, if you have 14 belts now,
I don't know, because the last 2 matches, I thought she was going to win against Toni and Chris. Like,
here's how I look at it: if you have so many belts, there has to be something that's unattainable. Nobody just wants to watch the person get everything they ever want,
because that's going to be one of 15 now. If she has that belt, and she'll be in the front and center and stuff, but
but it's still one of whatever in a collection versus this being
the
wow, she's lost so much of her belts to now look at the belt that really matters. It's the belt she always wanted. So I could agree with you on that.
These belts mean nothing to me.
There's going to be something Yeah, there's going to be something that she has to go through to get the belt.
Adversity.
And I like that.
Yeah, because it goes, we've said this before, but it goes back to the whole thing with like, why does she have these belts in the first place? People complain about her having all these belts. You know, she's going to lose them at some point. Like, there's a story to be told there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next from Mercedes. We'll see if she adds more championships to her collection in the next few weeks or next week. But AEW World Championship is not one of them. Final match, Kyle, of the night. Steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe defeats Hangman Adam Page in a bloody massacre. His face afterwards, the picture was so fucking good. He defeats Adam Page to become the new 2-time AEW World Champion with help of Hook, the Ops, Samoa Joe standing tall over Hangman Adam Page. Incredible. Kyle, we talked about this a little bit before. I am never, ever going to complain with a Samoa Joe title reign, never mind a world title reign, okay? Did I expect this to happen? No. I thought Hangman was going to retain. I thought Samoa Joe was going to be a stepping stone in this title run. And boy, was I happy that Samoa Joe proved me wrong and surprised me, because I can't express this enough. In the grand scheme of wrestling, now I'm not talking about WWE, we're not scoping on WWE, we're talking about all types of wrestling, all companies, this and that. Samoa Joe is one of the greatest in-ring professional wrestlers we have ever seen. He's been doing it for 25 plus years. Sure. Someone of his body style, his shape, his in-ring style, to be as intimidating, as much of a menace as he is, to be a submission specialist, to being someone that could do suicide dives to the outside, having some of the most believable moves and muscle busters. But I don't know how that doesn't kill someone when he does it. He is someone that, and I do believe a lot of ball knowers, we can call them, WWE wrestling fans, know he is someone that is an all-timer, and he deserves to be in those conversations and deserves those flowers. Samoa Joe is older now, so him winning this belt to me feels like he doesn't have much time left, so this might be we're going to give you one last world title run type of situation. And if Samoa Joe can go until he's 60, like, I'm gonna keep rooting him on. I'm gonna be fucking. I want that, but of course, all our childhood heroes and wrestlers, it comes to an end at some point. I think Samoa Joe is nearing that point, and I think this world title run is going to be, I want to say a swan song, but I think it's going to be one of his last championship reigns, and I expect it to be a fucking great one. A great one.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you, and I think for everything you just said, it's you're going to go out with a bang. I think there'll be a little bit of length to it, but I don't know how many more of these he's got in him.
Yeah,
so
exactly, and I kind of felt that way when he beat MJF a few years ago, because that was a championship win that I also wasn't expecting at the time. Where it's like Samoa Joe winning this, it's like kind of out of the blue. Maybe they're rewarding him. Could be a last run. Here we are 2 years later. Still at the top of his game, and back to being AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe is, whether you're shocked by it, upset, or happy about it, the one thing that we can all agree on is that you can count on Samoa. One, he deserves it, and two, you can count on Samoa Joe to be a good champion. That's one thing for sure, that you can count on him to give you a good title reign. So I expect this reign to be great. Like I said, afterwards, the blood on his face when he was holding the belt was awesome. And then after all that, Kyle, Swerve Strickland comes back. New theme song. New song. No more swerving when he drives. Goes down to the ring to help Hangman Adam Page. Kicks the Ops out of the ring. So we'll see where that goes. We've seen a lot of enemies turning into best friends in wrestling history, and that might be what we're going down now. So all right. Last thing we have, Kyle. This is we're running long today, but we have some good stuff to talk about.
To cover. Enjoy this over a plate of turkey.
That's right.
Stuffing, however you should portion.
Absolutely. Because this episode, now that I think about it, this will definitely come out before Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, guys. All right. Excuse me. last thing we want to talk about, Kyle. John Cena's last time is now a bracket. We have a few developments, a few updates. One, the biggest one.
Question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
And could this be the title of the podcast? Okay. Is the John Cena The Last Chance Is Now tournament cursed? Is there a curse on this tournament?
What makes you think of the curse? Sheamus being out?
Sheamus?
Getting hurt?
Injured.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Penta.
Yes. Yeah.
Injured.
Yeah. He did. Yeah. Yeah.
Shoulder injury.
Apparently Solo Sikoa was supposed to win that match anyways. I
don't know. I read, not that what I read is any better, but I read that Penta was supposed to win.
I think Penta
set up a Penta.
Penta Gunther would have been a fun match. I think Gunther and Solo will be a fucking. I think that will be an underrated match. I do think that could be a big men slap and meat type of situation.
But you know what we're getting. Not to.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, because you were going to go into some updates.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, literally within 5 minutes of us ending the recording last week, they announced Sheamus was out of the tournament with a shoulder injury, and they hadn't announced a replacement. It turned out to be The Miz, who got a second chance in the tournament. He went up against LA Knight on SmackDown, and he lost.
Yeah.
And he lost. I don't know. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not really a guy that pushes for like a Miz push or like wins or nothing, but I just felt like it would, I don't know. I feel like it would have made sense for him to, move on a little bit, especially if he gets a second chance. You know what I mean? Like, let the guy have a little bit of a run, but he lost to LA Knight. Jey Uso and Rusev went up against each other. Jey Uso won. Because Then we had, we actually had a few things. Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed fought each other. We talked about this last week, Kyle. Carmelo Hayes won via countout because of the Vision / Cody Rhodes baby faces getting involved. He went to face Gunther on Raw.
He should have won.
That was an
unreal match.
Great match, and I think this 100% like showed on like Monday Night Raw. Carmelo Hayes going up against one of the best WWE has to offer. He showed out. I'm with you. Gunther has been my pick, but man, was I rooting for Carmelo Hayes. I think just in like, you think about it, John Cena putting someone over in his last match, a young guy trying to get things going. Carmelo Hayes fits that perfectly, and right?
Former NXT stand-up,
it just makes, from Massachusetts, it makes a lot of sense. But I've said Gunther from the beginning. I'm not going to change, everything I said about Gunther winning, I still believe. Like, I think it's a very believable last opponent for Cena. Good guy to like cement as like the top guy. There's no doubt that he's winning. There's no doubt that he's winning. Now, look at the rest of the bracket. Like, all right, so let's look at the rest of it now. You have Jey Uso versus LA Knight.
Yeah, we're getting a WrestleMania rematch.
And then you're going to get Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. So it's going to be Gunther versus Jey Uso. It should be Gunther versus LA Knight, if we're being honest with you, because LA Knight, I think, is a better position to go up against Cena in his last match. Yeah. Either way, Gunther's winning, so it doesn't matter. Jey Uso, I don't get why he's in this. He has his own stuff going on. I get he's a big name, but like, no. Yeah. If WWE did Jey Uso versus John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event, oh my God, people would go fucking nuts. People in a bad way. Bad way. So where we're at now, we're in our semifinals. I think the matches take place on where are the matches taking place? Are they taking place on SmackDown or Raw this week? Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to check that. But I'd assume, because the Saturday Night Main Event is in 2 weeks from SmackDown, as 2 weeks from Saturday. So we're gonna have to have a winner the Monday before, because we need to have some sort of we need to have at least a week to build it.
Happens on SmackDown.
I'd have to assume that we're gonna have a match on SmackDown, match on Raw, and then maybe the next Raw, the Raw before Saturday Night Main Event. You do the finals. I don't know. I think that makes I guess, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't like the idea of there only being a week-long build, and also Cena probably isn't going to be there. The whole that part of it kind of bothers me. Cena going from Survivor Series 2 weeks later to his last match, nothing in between. That's kind of I don't really like. But I'd imagine they're going to have to finish the tournament the Monday before at the latest. Maybe SmackDown. Maybe they do it on SmackDown, and then on the Raw they do a whole thing, hyping it up. I don't know. All I know is Gunther's winning. That's all I fucking know.
At this point in time, I would agree with you.
There's no surprises left. There's no this guy could beat Gunther. No. Jey Uso beat Gunther at WrestleMania. He ain't beating him again. He ain't beating him. And if he does, there's going to be boycotts. But all right. Kyle, I'm going to check WrestleOps really quick because that is the wrestling account for breaking news. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Any topics? Anything? Just anything. Anything you want to talk about?
It's a good time this holiday season to overeat and to just drop a big grenade into your family dining table. So what I suggest is to get a plate of food right before kickoff. You're gonna want to get everyone at the table talking.
We're talking about football kickoff.
Now, the key to this is knowing you're about to leave the table to go sit on the couch. Okay? So what you want to do this holiday season, and this is going to bring people together, is you want to get a plate, and while you're leaning over, and just go, boy, it was better with Biden, right? And then bang a U-turn, go sit on the couch, and just don't listen, and just know.
Just know that you brought together. People closer together. That's
while you're on the couch enjoying what you want to watch, football, and no one else is going to bother you because they're in the living room, they're in the dining room having a pointless conversation. That in the end of the day,
and in the middle of conversation, they're all like, "Who even started this in the first place?" They forget who even dropped the bomb in the first place. That'd be me in the living room over here.
Drop a grenade this season and film it because that would make great social media content.
Yeah. Kyle, we have a visitor for you.
Oh. Hello. Kyle. How are you?
I can't hear him.
Oh, she can't hear you. Hold on. Here,
I'm waving. I wish I knew sign.
I can't do it. Hold on, guys.
This is the sign for hello. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Hope to see you guys soon.
Yes, very soon, hopefully.
Say hi to everyone else that's listening and watching this podcast right now.
Hi, everyone that's listening and watching this podcast right now.
Because we are not cutting this part out.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so Thanksgiving this year, guys. Ruin your family holidays, film it all, and have fun with it, most importantly.
Yeah, or if you live in a place like Massachusetts, be like, boy, Trump is fucking knocking it out of the
Man,
park.
This guy is killing this presidency,
and then dip. So, I'm not saying I don't lean anyway.
So, does anyone else think a third term is up for grabs here?
I think he can do it. And then
call me crazy. I think he can do it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Drop a bomb on your Thanksgiving table this year.
I like it, guys. And then even if you're not political, act like you are. Act like you are. Bring up.
Leave the house.
Bring up Charlie Kirk if you want. I don't know. Bring up anyone.
Yeah,
someone.
Go for a walk around the neighborhood and get yourself hungry for a second plate.
I was going to say, go for a walk. Go for a walk. Come up with some more theories in your head and be like, so that Malaysia flight definitely got shot down, right? No way. No, aliens took it, right? Alien. Yeah, we're getting people to spiral this holiday. Aliens, nightmare. All right, guys. There's no updates, no wrestling news that's breaking, but knowing our luck, we will get something in 5 minutes after
as soon as we finish recording.
So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for being here. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is probably going to come out the day before or day of, so hopefully everyone is enjoying their holidays, friends, family, and enjoying it with wrestling as well, with podcast wise, rewatching, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys as always for the support. We appreciate you as always. Hope you have a great day, great week, and drop your Survivor Series predictions and all that stuff down below. Thoughts on Full Gear. Love to hear from you. And we'll see you guys next week for episode number 28. Peace out.
Gobble, gobble.